Hey guys, Rob with Knoepfler Chevrolet here again today. Have you ever wondered what the key differences is between a Brightdrop 600 and a Brightdrop 400? Well, today I'm going to help answer a lot of those questions that people have asked me, and I've got stuff posted up on these vehicles. We're going to kind of go over some of the differences between the two. Obviously, you can see the size differences between them, but there's a couple different things that might make you go one way or the other, and we're going to start covering some of those. So the first one we're going to cover is the rear step bumper to the ground clearance. Now, the 600 is 18 inches, while the 400 gives you an extra ½ inch taller at 18.5 inches. Not a huge difference, but some people might find that a little bit different. Your wheelbase is going to be a definite big difference. So with the 400, we have 153 inches. And the wheelbase on the 600 is 183 inches. So you're talking a 30-inch difference in your wheelbase. That's going to be from your front wheel to your back wheel. As you can see between them, there's definitely a difference between those. It's 30 inches. Overall length, here's another big difference. In the 400, we have 238.5 inches, and the 600 is 290 inches. Again, these are rounded off numbers, but everything is going to be within 1 inch. Again, big difference in the overall length. You can see the difference between them, but those are your actual measurements. If you're ever wondering if you need to park them in a garage or something like that, that's going to be your absolute bare minimum if you put them just right as close as you can. Now down here on the ground clearance, we have another difference. The 400 is going to give you 7 inches, while the 600 is going to give you that extra ½ inch. And that extra ½ inch can make a big difference when you're talking going in inclement weather, stuff like that. Extra ½ inch on that 600. All this information that I'm giving you today is going to be with the all-wheel drive models. These should stay the same between all of them, but there very well may be a few slight differences depending on the differences in the models you get. Internal cargo volume, the 400 gives you 117, I'm sorry, not volume, internal cargo length, 117.5 inches in the 400, 168.9 inches. We'll just call it 169 inches. Again, big difference between your 400 and your 600. Now, one of your curbside steps, the thing you're going to be using the most, they're the same between the two. The 400 and the 600 both give you a 15.5 inch curbside step. That's going to make it a lot easier when those delivery guys that are jumping in and out of this thing, up to 100 times a day. A couple inches is going to make a huge difference on their back, on their feet, on their knees, everything else. So that's going to be important to kind of keep you as low to the ground as we can. Now, one big difference here is your turning diameter. These are designed for your final mile delivery. Now, with that, a lot of that stuff's going to residential housing, it's going to businesses and all that good stuff. Now, when you're driving through residential housing, sometimes you got to make U-turns on streets that may be closed or something like that. This is where your turning diameter is really going to come into play. Your 400 has a turning diameter of 43.9 feet. Again, that is with the all-wheel drive model. It is different between the all-wheel drive and the front-wheel drive. This is going to be the all-wheel drive model. Your 600 is giving you 51.5 feet. So that's quite a bit of difference. So what that means is when you're turning, if you're making a hard left turn, your passenger side front tire from outside, completely making a 180-degree turn to the outside of that passenger tire again. This is going to take you 51.5 feet of clearance to do it. This is going to take you 43.9 feet of clearance to do that. So, big difference depending on where you're going to be doing your deliveries. That might be a huge difference in whether you want to go with the 400 or the 600. Internal cargo width, you're looking at the same. The body width on these are the exact same, 83.7 inches. That's going to be on the 400 or the 600. So your curb weight is going to vary on these. The 600 here is 8,520 pounds. The 400 is 8,170 pounds. The differences between those is going to be, one, you have your bigger wheelbase, your bigger cargo box. You also have more batteries, stuff like that. So, I'm sorry, depending on your battery, these are both with the max range batteries, but your curb weight, these are with the heaviest batteries that we offer. It is these numbers here. 8520 for the 600, 8170 for the 400. Okay, so that is going to jump us over into the payload. Here's where that curb weight translates, because your payload, again, with the all-wheel drive model max range batteries, your 400 is able to haul more at 1,770 pounds. Your 600 is 1,420 pounds. The reason for that, back here on the curb weight, dry weight, it's also called, your 600 weighs more off the bat. So to keep DOT happy, you got to have less payload. Now, the gross vehicle weight rating on these is the same. You can do either a 9,900 or an 11,000 pound. 9,900 is going to keep you under the medical card stuff for the current DOT regulations. It's going to keep the DOT guys kind of off your back. The 11,000 pounds, current DOT stuff here in Iowa, South Dakota, Nebraska, where I sell, if you have the 11,000 pounds and you're driving for a company, you at least got to have a medical card to do that. So other than that, guys, those are some of the key differences between these two. Again, there's your 400 and there's your 600. Big differences, but is it big enough to make you choose one over the other? That's entirely up to you guys. Depending on what you want to do with them, one might be a better fit, and I think the best option is for you to buy both of them and see which one, and then you can come buy some more from me. So if you guys have any questions or you want some more detailed information on these, feel free to call me. My direct line is 712-279-7120. You can also email me at robb@kchev.com. That's robb@kchev.com. And you can come down and see me too. We're at 100 Jackson Street here in Sioux City, Iowa. Again, Knoepfler Chevrolet. Thanks, guys.